Hello dear children, today's video is about tenses. This is part 1 of the videos on tenses. Do not forget to watch the second one. Children, this topic is very important as far as English language is concerned. Without knowing tenses, you can't speak or write good English. In this video, I am going to tell you about different types of tenses, their uses, everything is in detail and there are exercises also. Children, listen very carefully and see the full video. Let us now start with the topic. First of all, I am going to tell you what is a tense. Tense is a word or a form of a verb that tells us about the time of an action. When a particular action takes place, whether the time is present or was past, or it is going to be future time or it will be future time. There are 3 kinds of tenses. First is present tense, second is past tense and third is future. In this video, I will talk about present tense. Let us start with present tense. Children, all the tenses have subforms or subparts. Let us see the subforms of present tense first of all. First is present simple or indefinite. Second is present continuous tense. Third is present perfect. And fourth is present perfect continuous tense. Now I talk about the structure of sentences with present simple tense. And when do we use this tense? Children, in present simple tense, we use first form of verb. The structure of an assertive sentence is subject plus first form of verb and then use of S or ES with the verb as per the subject. Now we come to the examples. I write a letter. She writes a letter. See the use of S with the verb in the second sentence because the subject is third person pronoun. Now we see the negative sentence. Subject plus do or does, then not plus first form of verb, and then examples are I do not write a letter. She does not write a letter. अब हम बात करते हैं interrogative sentences की. See the structure first. Do or does plus subject plus first form of verb. Now the examples are do I write a letter? Does she write a letter? Do or does as per the subject. Now we come to the uses of present simple tense. This tense is used to express a universal truth. When something we can't change. Examples, the sun rises in the east. We can't change this fact. This is a universal truth. Water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. This also can't be changed. Next is to express habitual action. The milkman comes to our house every day. I always get up at 5 a.m. Third is to express an action to happen in future. Means to indicate a future event. Examples are, they leave at 2 p.m. tomorrow. Our school reopens next Wednesday. Next is, children, to express a fact or situation that is permanent. This road leads to Mumbai. Birds fly in the air. Now, children, here is an exercise. Read it yourself, solve it, and then match your answers. Now we come to present continuous tense. Let us see the structure first. Subject plus ismr plus first form of verb and ing. How do we write assertive sentences? When we use present continuous tense. I am writing a letter. They are singing a song. Ismr we will use as per the subject. How to write negative sentences? Subject plus ismr plus not plus first form of verb and ing. Examples are, I'm not writing a letter. She is not writing a letter. Now we come to interrogative sentences. Ismr plus subject plus first form of verb plus ing. Am I not writing a letter? Are they singing a song? Dear children, when do we use present continuous tense? Let us talk about that. First is to express an action that has become a habit. See the examples. These boys are always disturbing the class. You are always indulging in useless debates. Next is to use future time. He is going to Mumbai tomorrow. Rahul is taking his family for a walk in the evening. Next is to describe an action continued at the time of speaking. The boys are playing in the park. Who is knocking at the door? Action is continued. To describe an action continued not at the time of speaking. What are you doing these days? I am writing a novel these days. Now we have another exercise, children. You have to fill in present continuous tense. Read it, solve it, and then match your answers. Now we come to the third subform of present tense, that is present perfect tense. See the structure first, children. Subject plus has, have. Has, have we will use as per the subject. With singular we will use has, and with plural we will use have. Subject plus has or have plus third form of verb, that is past participle. Now see the assertive sentences. Examples. I have written a letter. She has not written a letter. Now negative sentences. Subject plus has, have, not plus third form of verb. I have not written a letter. She has not written a letter. Now we come to interrogative sentences. Has, have will come in the beginning plus subject plus third form of verb, that is past participle. Have you written a letter? Has he completed his work? Now children, we come to the uses of present perfect tense. First is to express an action, that is just completed. He has finished his homework, just completed his homework. I have just received his email. Next is to describe a past event or any experience. I have seen this place many times. Have you ever been to Udaipur? Third, to describe an action but time is not mentioned. The gardener has watered the plants, but time is not mentioned whether the action is just completed or not. I have met all my friends whom I know. Next is to describe an action that began in the past and is still continued. I have worked in this school for 31 years. We have lived here for 7 years. Now here is another exercise for you children. Read the sentences very carefully. Solve them and then match your answers. Now we come to the last subform of present tense, that is present perfect continuous. See the structure first children. Subject plus has or have plus been plus first form of verb and ing. Assertive sentences. The boys have been playing since morning. Action is continued since morning. Karthik has been studying for 2 hours. Action continued for 2 hours. Negative sentences now. The boys have not been playing. Karthik has not been studying for 2 hours. Now interrogatives. Have the boys been playing since morning? Has Karthik been studying for 2 hours? Now here is very important thing children. When to use since or when to use for when we talk about longer periods of time. Since is when we have been given definite time. Since morning, since evening, since 2 o'clock, and for when time is indefinite. For 2 hours, for 5 hours, for 10 years. No specific time has been given to us. So we will use for. For definite time, since. For indefinite times, we use for. Now the uses of present perfect continuous tense children. To express an action which began in the past and is continued. The examples began in the past and is still continued. The gardener has been watering the plants for 1 hour. It has been raining since morning. Second is to express an action which has already been finished. I have been working in the school for 31 years, but I'm not working now. The gardener has been watering the plants, but not doing it now. Now children, here is the last exercise for you. Read it, solve it, and then match your answers children. I hope you like this video and all your doubts regarding present tense are clear now. I will be back with second part of this video with past tense and future tense. Do watch that. Children, if you have any question, write it in the comment box. I would be happy to answer that. Like the video, subscribe the channel, and share it with others too. Thank you everyone.